Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So today we're going to talk about something that I forgot to talk about in a video that I made last week regarding California carry, SB2, May v. Bonta, Carolero v. Bonta, and the Ninth Circuit's decision in that case. Today we're going to be talking about the vampire rule. And yes, that's a real thing. Now, real quick before we get started, we got a real movement here. There's a lot more voices entering this space than there used to be, which is fantastic, and we want to keep that momentum going. So if you guys enjoy this type of content, you want to see more videos like this, consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free, it only takes a second, but it really does help us spread our message, and it tells the powers that be that you actually enjoy content like this, so maybe we can stick around for a little while longer and continue to bring it to you. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what's going on here. So it came to my attention via Instagram that I forgot to mention the vampire rule in the video that I made last week talking about the Ninth Circuit's decision in SB2 and Carolero v. Bonta and May v. Bonta and some others as well. It was actually some combined cases from both Hawaii and California. There was an injunction at the district court level that said that, hey, look, this grab for sensitive places by California, it's just not going to stand. It is unconstitutional, basically makes the entire state a sensitive location. And so Judge Carney actually placed an injunction against it. The state of California appealed. It went up to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, and they made a decision. That decision was both a little bit good and mostly bad, but it also dealt with the whole, vampire thing as well. And if you guys are wondering if the vampire rule is a real thing, yes, it's a real thing. So let's first talk about what the vampire rule is. Okay, so I'm sure that at least most of my movie buffs out there and people who are familiar with vampire lore will know that vampires can't come into a building unless you invite them, right? So if a vampire shows up at the window or the front door, you can stand there and make funny faces at them all day long because they can't come in unless you invite them in. And that is where you get the association with the vampire rule, because the vampire rule said that if you were somebody that was carrying, you couldn't go into a business or a private location unless they had a sign up expressly permitting it. So it'd have to be a sign that was, in specific dimensions and said the right things based on what the state of California requested. It had to be posted at the entrance, and if it said you could come in, you could come in. But if that place of business or whatever didn't have that sign up, it was immediately implied that even if you were carrying with a permit, you were not allowed in. And if you did go in and were caught going in, then that would be a violation of the law. So you could see you can't go in unless you're invited, hence the whole, vampire thing. Okay, so what did the Ninth Circuit do with the vampire rule? Well, one thing you want to keep in mind here is that the Ninth Circuit was just dealing with the district court's injunction. So they were deciding whether to uphold all of the injunction or maybe overturn the injunction from the district court completely. What they ended up doing is, again, overturning some of the injunction, allowing the law to take effect in most effects, to be honest with you. And then they upheld the injunction in some cases, like medical facilities and stuff like that. So there was some things that were allowed to stay, some things that, are still enjoined. Regardless, thankfully, the vampire rule is still enjoined, meaning that the vampire rule as of right now does not exist. So if you were to see a business and the business has an open door and you go and you walk in and they don't have a sign expressly saying you can come in, well, it's still okay. It's more of a policy issue for the business rather than a law that is written in stone. So that's kind of what it comes down to. It's sort of like here where I live right now in Las Vegas. Most of the casinos, they have signs up, right, that have a little circle and a stupid thing crossed out. And you would think that the law says that you couldn't go in there. No, it's a private business, and that is their policy, is that they don't want you in there. But we don't have a law that says that you can't enter there. So when you walk in, you're simply violating their policy. If they find out about it, they can ask you to leave, which is their own right, I guess, it's their business. But there's no concrete law saying that you're going to get in some type of trouble if you walk into it. So that's kind of how it is right now. But again, this case is still going. It's still moving forward. But I wanted to address that and let you guys know about it. I'll try and keep this video short because it's Friday. You guys probably want to go out and have some fun. So anyway, wanted to let you know about that. Thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Excuse me. Please like, subscribe. You guys have a great day.